I did vote for Boris Johnson, but I voted
So
against
what the fuck are you complaining about? You brought all this on yourself.
Complaining about
you brought it all on yourself.
The establishment is no longer divided at the top.
You brought it all on yourself.
Can't you see that? Do you think the left would have done any better?
They would have. They would have not have bailed. They would not. They would not have bailed out.
You are kidding
Jeremy Corbyn would not have bailed out the rich. They would have bailed out people like you.
You are kidding
Jeremy
yourself.
Corbyn would not have given Amazon and fucking.
They would have thrown even more money at the people.
The Spice Girls, any fucking money.
You're talking bullshit.
Jeremy Corbyn would not have bailed out the rich. No way. You brought this on yourself. Any of you who voted Boris Johnson
you've gone around
and are complaining about the way that he locked down are bringing it on yourselves. I'm not a supporter of the way Boris Johnson locked down. Jupiter, you made a lot of good points in your monologue just then, and I agree with a lot of it. There's some points that I don't agree with, but at the end of the day, you voted for Boris Johnson, and this is on you.
No. What is going on? What is going on?
You can't fucking complain like you have done just then and not take any responsibility for the person that you voted for who brought on this chaos.
A reset that has been designed, a social experiment that none of us fucking agree to, from the fucking World Economic Forum. Get your fucking eyes cleaned.
I was one of the first people. I was one of the first people to actually report on that reset, and it's a neo-reactionary. The neo-reactionaries described it as a reboot. So
Lister,
this is on you,
Lister,
Jupiter.
did you have your vaccinations, Lister?
I've not been vaccinated, no, because.
Oh, wow.
However, if I was old and I had an underlying condition, I would have, because after having COVID, it is the fucking worst flu that I've had, and I couldn't barely fucking sleep the amount of pain my fucking kidneys were in.
Lister, are you aware that Conservatives don't actually count the Conservative Party and Boris Johnson and co as Conservatives? We count them as leftists.
Okay, most Conservatives, if they had the choice, would rather have Boris Johnson than Liz Truss or Rishi Sunak.
Yeah,
so you are wrong. If you claim you're a Conservative and you don't want Boris, you are probably further right than you think.
They're choosing the best out of a bad bunch. That's what that is.
Yeah, 50% of people prefer Boris, 25% of people prefer Liz Truss, and 25% of the rest prefer Rishi Sunak.
Right, but what I'm saying, that actual Conservatives don't really regard.
These are Conservatives who have been polled.
I mean, do you really take a lot of these polls seriously?
Well, not really, but that's the best guess we've got.
Yeah, but yet you're quoting them just doing an.
Well, where are you getting your numbers from? The fucking thin air.
No, which is a good point. I'm not disputing that. So, majority of my circles, most people are conservatives. Not all of them. There's plenty of lefties as well. The majority of people in my what I would class as my friends are definitely conservatives, and I do speak about politics a lot. And as a consequence, nobody that I come across that I regard as a conservative would even think Boris Johnson is even middle.
Yeah.
Well, that shows you how far right your circles are. Anyway,
no. One minute. Please, Lister, do you think I'm far right?
I said your circle.
Okay, would you say so? If you think patriotic alternative is far right, what would you call me?
Far right.
Not quite as far right as them.
This is what you're up against.